Today we are analyzing frames to decipher whether they're ready to harvest or not. Let's go. Gotta get into this hive fast because my camera woman is tired of being outside. They can't hear you because you don't have a mic.
I don't care, it's not wide.
When we look at frames, I want to go over a myth with you. I think this is a myth. Maybe this will be disputed. You can tell me what you think in the comments. But there's a common misconception, and that is that the honey needs to be capped in order to be ready to harvest. That is not true. This frame, however, is very capped, and I won't dispute this. A fully capped frame is a foolproof way to know that the honey is ready, and that right there is as good as it gets. The number one way to tell if a frame is ready is if it's capped. Let's see if we can find one that's not capped, and I'll show you how to know if it's ready or not. Probably this whole box is capped. Yeah, there's another capped one. Okay, so let's say this whole super is ready to be harvested. We check 2 of the frames. Another way that you can check is by looking down on top and seeing how thick the frames are. You can decipher if they're capped or not. We'll do that on one of these lower. We'll film that on one of these lower supers, so my short camera woman can video it. If we look down there, you can see the thickness of the frames, and you can tell if they're capped or not right there. So that gives you some idea. You don't need to look at every frame, but I would suggest looking at 2 or 3. So let's check it out. This one is not capped, but it's not full of nectar either. So these frames, or these cells in the middle, are not full of nectar, but you do have some nectar here on the sides. I want to find and then the capped on this side. So I would say that is ready to be harvested because you have one side that's fully capped, and then the other side, while not fully capped, there's very little nectar that's uncapped. So we're going to be good to go on that one. Okay, there's another frame, fully capped on that side, mostly capped on that side. That's ready to go. Oh, this is a good one. Okay, this is a great example. Okay, so here we have 100% full frame, capped honey right here, and all nectar, or isn't nectar right there. The great way to tell is if it's ready or not is the shake test. So what you're going to do is take that frame like this, and this side's the same. Take that frame like this and shake it down really hard. And if that nectar comes out, if you see the liquid come out, then it's not ready. Notice that none came out of that. Now, maybe it's different in your region, but we're here in Utah, and the honey is and the nectar is very thick, very little water content in it because it's so dry here. We live in a desert, and so we have to worry way less about that. But in my experience, the shake test is a great way to know if the frame is ready. And it is a myth. It is a myth that the frame has to be fully capped to harvest it. I'd feel comfortable taking a frame that is fully uncapped as long as that nectar wasn't spilling out on the shake test. Okay, come take a look at this one right here. That's a good indicator that these frames are ready. Capped or not, look how thick they are, poking out, ½ inch, ¼ inch from the frame. Okay, here we are again. We have another box right here, or another frame that is almost 100% uncapped. Let's just do the shake test on it. And you can always test with the refractometer, but none of that is coming out. If you checked it earlier in the season, sometimes bees just don't want to cap the frame. Sometimes they don't have the resources to do it. Sometimes they don't want to. So don't worry about it. Like this honey is ready to be harvested even though it's not capped. When you are considering which frames to harvest, certainly fully capped frames are the key, but don't fall for the trap of thinking if it's not capped, it's not ready. Do a quick shake test. It's easy. Not everybody can go buy a refractometer to measure the water content. They're not that expensive, but if you don't have one, it's okay. Just do the shake test. Okay, go harvest that honey. Let's go.